Bataimo. Welcome, 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 my friends. It is so nice to be back. I feel quite excited to do this reading. So before we begin, let's just start with a deep breath in and out. Just take a moment to invite your well and elevated ancestors and guides to come a little bit closer to you. So that you may receive clear and accurate guidance on the messages that they want to bring forward. So please use your discernment and gift the rest to others. Okay. So please like, subscribe, share, comment on my channel. If you're interested in my other offerings, take a look at my website. For any sacred tools and objects, you can find that on my sacred shop, along with if you would like a personal reading, that too is listed on my sacred shop. And all the information is in the description box below. Okay, so today's message, we're going to keep it wide open. I was checking to see if there's a theme, and they're like, nope, we're just going to keep it open and just see what they have for us. So as you can see, I've prepared some cards here. I have no idea what they are, and yeah, we're going to figure this out together. Okay, so first card, let's take an archetype card, and we've got the vow. Let me take a closer look. So a vow, a promise, a dedication to something. But what's really standing out in this card is how those hands are being clasped. Okay, and then I'm seeing that there's either a hawk or a raven flying away. Possibly you've been feeling gripped by something, because that's not just one person's hands clasped. There's like someone else's hand gripping around theirs. Or maybe this actually has to do with a literal vow you've made in your life towards somebody else. Okay. All right, we're going to carry on. We'll see. But the yellow seems quite prominent. So the yellow, the solar plexus, our upper belly region, our place of power, confidence, self-worth. Maybe pledging a vow to yourself. Okay. Just like to encourage you to maybe reflect on the vows that you've made, or if there's a vow you feel like you would like to make towards yourself or another. And this bird flying is just really giving me the sense that possibly you are being liberated, freed from a vow. Okay, let's see. Let's see where this is going to take us. Just feel like I need to have a sip of water. All right, tea leaf. Hand in need of help, assistance, and genuine guidance. Okay, and guidance. Maybe you've been getting some ingenuine guidance. Hand. And then this hand, gripping that hand. Are you in need of help? You don't know where to turn? Something about this letter M on that palm seems very prominent. Maybe you're interested in palmistry. Maybe you want to watch a YouTube video on palmistry. Okay, but in need of help, assistance, and guidance. All right, that palm is facing up, position of receiving. Unlike these ones, which are gripped really tight. Maybe you're hanging on to something. All right, let's see what the next tea leaf has to say. Eagle. There we go. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. There's that bird flying. Okay, so it looks like there's possibly been some obstacles or troubles. Maybe you are feeling gripped, stuck. Okay, but coming into a place, an openness to receiving help. I know it can be hard to receive help, especially if you've had experiences in the past where, you know, the help that you've requested or seeking is met with either rejection, or it doesn't come in a form that's actually helpful, or maybe it costs more to get help than just doing it yourself. I'm just feeling, take a deep breath in again. And just let it out. Okay, the next tea leaf. We've got career. Okay, so possibly this has something to do with your career. I'm seeing that table is blank, right? There's nothing on it other than a feather representing the bird again, freedom, and a plant. I'm hearing air energies, earth energies. This could do with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or it could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Career. All right. Maybe you're feeling gripped by the work that you're in. Maybe you need some help in finding work. Okay, but remember, there's going to be triumph over these troubles. All right, and the last tea leaf, let's see. Weeping willow. Family sorrow. Okay, so we got two themes here. So possibly you're going through both. Family sorrow, maybe sorrow within work. But what's standing out for me with this weeping willow is, one, the willow grows by water. Its trunk is so interesting. It grows in a spiral moving up. And its limbs are long and limber, lots of flexibility. It can withstand a lot of wind. And willows always feel so magical to me. It's almost like you enter another realm when you go sit beside the trunk underneath all the boughs. It's like a special hidden space. Okay, so maybe something to do with elementals, the fairy realm. Okay, it might be a spot where you can release some of this sorrow. And I'm really being drawn to, maybe write down, at this desk, just write down like some personal vows to yourself. I vow to follow my intuition. I vow to fulfill my destiny. Okay, something about destiny, calling, making some of those hard choices or reaching out for help, for freedom, for triumph, to fly above these troubles and obstacles that you may be going through. Okay, let's Let's see what's next here. Ah, devotion. Look at that. 7th house. Saturn in Libra. All right, Saturn. That can be a heavy, harder planet. It's connected to the 10th house, which is career. Look at this. You see this one bird laying on its back? Apparently, not alive. Okay, but I'm seeing this bird, being above. All right, only because I just keep hearing it. Maybe some of you are struggling in relationships, partnerships, marriages, right? The devotion, the vow that you've put into, because, the 7th house has to do with intimate partnerships. Okay, might be time to separate. I'm not telling anybody, go and do it. Use your own discernment, connect with your guides, talk to them. I'm just reading the energies of the cards that are coming through. I'm noticing also in this card that, this tree doesn't have any leaves on it. Well, maybe a few on the branch that you're standing on, but this rest of the tree is bare. But all these other trees have leaves, sorry. Maybe you stayed somewhere too long. Maybe it's in your career. Maybe it's family dynamics. Maybe it is the intimate partnership. It's bare. It's barren. It's, I have to be mindful. I'm not even too sure what words I can and cannot use on YouTube. So, this bird laying on its back. Maybe things in your life are laying on their back. And it might be time to stop sitting there watching it and fly away. Fly away. The devotion, the word devotion, I absolutely love that word. But where are we putting our devotion? Where are we putting our vows? All right, that's something to contemplate at that desk. And back to writing. Possibly writing is going to be very, very helpful. Okay, next card. What do we got here? Ooh, Saturn in Aries, 1st house. This is risky. And the 1st house has to do with the self. Okay, choosing yourself. Oh, and look at that. 1st and the 7th house, they're the actual opposites. I'm hearing North Node, South Node, possibly here. 7th house is someone's South Node. And your North Node, your destiny, because I mentioned that. What are we moving towards? Your destiny is in the 1st house, which would be prioritizing self, who you are, discovering personally. And you see, look at, they've got their little stick with their sack hanging over their shoulder, but they're still looking behind them. And look at, there's this risk. It's looking like a scary bear there. Kind of like this bird is still sitting there reflecting on what possibly it should take a risk to move away from. But if you work with Aries energy, and today, the day I'm filming, it won't be the day it's published, but the day I'm filming is Tuesday, and the planet that rules Tuesday is Mars. And Mars rules Aries. It's also a co-ruler for Scorpio. But in here, 1st house, this is Aries. Mars. So working with, I'm hearing carnelian. Things that will just give you that energy, vigor, fervor to take that risk. And you know what? If you're going to look behind by writing it down on the desk. But also look forward. It's time to fly. Might be time to move. Take some risks. Because look at, with the risk comes a key. I want to see, what is that? Look at this tree growing. Look at this barren tree. This tree has pentacles growing on it. And pentacles is material resources, money, health. Yeah. Okay. Taking a risk is the key. It's the key. So you might need to reflect on what risks, using your intuition, that I need to make. If you feel called to it, maybe comment, share. What risks are you being called to make? All right, next one here. Networkers. Enhances unity through the sharing of information. And I just said, maybe write in the comments. Share. All right. Engenders social awareness and empathy. Okay, shadow attributes. Conveys information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. All right. Don't let fear stop you from taking risks. Look, maybe that's what you're doing. You keep looking back at this bear, which means you're possibly keep looking at all the fears. Right? We want to enhance unity through the sharing of information. Yeah, so like I said, commenting, sharing on the channel. Maybe you won't feel so alone. You know, maybe my subscribers can start to build a community, one supporting each other to help increase social awareness and empathy. See all those letters? Okay. And you know, the pink is really standing out. Higher heart chakra is pink. Okay. Let's go to this one. Oh, and then we got the sacral chakra. Wow, look how beautiful that matches the vow. Almost exactly the same colors, right? But this one has more yellow, so more solar plexus. And then the sacral chakra, which is the lower belly, has to do with our creativity, emotions. Water rules the sacral, fire rules the vow. So maybe working with water. And then earlier I talked about, so working with water, working with fire, and I don't even remember what card that came up when I spoke about earth and air, but I'm pretty sure I said it because I remember listing. Yeah, I don't know. I just know I said it. I don't remember where, but that is okay. So sacral chakra, something to do with creativity. All right, I know I mentioned could be your north node. Maybe you have a career or something that you feel more passionate about. You could be doing a creative project. And look at, see this girl? She's running right towards it. Right towards it. Okay, we're going to carry on. Let's see here. The world. I'm hearing the world is your oyster, and now they're showing me these oyster shells. I actually went to the beach, to the ocean on just a few days ago and found a couple oyster shells. The world is your oyster. Okay, unlimited possibilities. And then sometimes when we have unlimited possibilities, that can just in itself be too freaky, debilitating. It's like, what do I do? Especially if you keep looking back at your fears. All right, but to see him, he's actually gazing up at the world. So that's another thing you can start writing down. You know, what dreams do you have? You know, if you could do anything, You know, what do you absolutely love to do? And how amazing would it be that you could make money doing it? Yeah, that's the focus. So now they're pointing out 9 and a 2 is an 11 is 11. 11 is the number for enlightenment. Okay. And then this one. Door to personal healing and happiness. Look at that. And then number 7, spirit, spirituality. See this dove? Dove represents peace. The rainbow, happiness, abundance, blessings. See the lotus flowers growing out of this pond? You know, that's connected to, you know, you've gone through a lot of hardships to get through this gate. Look at, there's the key, and the door is open. The door is open. Now it's time to, you know, stop looking at your fears, see the open door, and walk through it. And look how lush this garden is. There's no dead, barren trees. Personal healing and happiness. Beautiful. All right, let's see what animal's supporting you in this time. Earthworm. Composters, how wonderful. You know, people think worms are just icky. I absolutely love worms. They're the composters. They just eat up, you know, the stuff that makes soil nutritious, not nutritious. They create little passageways for the water to get through. They have such a vital and important role. And we mostly, you know, we see them when it rains. They come out. Just like if you have a lot of tears with this sorrow, yes, the earthworm is going to come out and reveal itself. But I feel called to read what how Kim Kranz describes the earthworm is. So bear with me. I'm just going to look for it. Here we go. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. All right, so you're definitely in a new beginning. This for sure could be connected to your career. This earthworm now I'm noticing is looking a bit tangled up, right? Maybe constricted. Yeah, it's time to wriggle free. Yeah, to find your calling. Okay, so let's get some tarot. Let's see what other insights I can get here. Just like to keep my smudge going. If you guys are interested, you know, I make these smudge blends myself. I haven't thought to put them on the shop yet, but you know, if I get some comments, it's something you'd be interested in, I can definitely get that on my Sacred Tool shop. So just let me know. Okay. To the collectives, well and elevated ancestors. What further guidance would you like to share? What further guidance would you like to share with the collective today? What further guidance would you like to share with the collective today? Alright, here we go. What further guidance? Nope, it's too many. I just want flyers and make them obvious. The cards are being a little bit sticky, slippery, twisty-turvy. I don't even think twisty-turvy is a word. Turby, don't even know. Okay, let's just make it clear. Maybe I'm nodding itself. All right, we're definitely taking that one as obvious. Okay, 2 more, please. 2 more. What does the collective need to know most today? Thank you. And 1 and 1 more, please. There you go. Thank you. All right. Okay, we got 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm hearing a gift. Maybe receiving a gift. Or reciprocity. Maybe that's something you're lacking in your life is reciprocity. Okay, in need of assistance. Okay, first, Queen of Wands. Look at her. See, this earthworm's looking a little tangled up. She's not. She's not at all. Look at her eggs that she's protecting. And the eggs, new creation. And look at the wand. Wand represents fire. It represents creativity, magical workings. Look how protective she is of these, nurturing them. So I'm hearing maybe keep, these eggs in your basket. Don't let, I don't know where it is. Don't let people who are not helpful know about what these eggs are. Keep them to yourself, nurture them, let them incubate, and let them hatch. Okay. Just share with people who would be helpful, because the networker card again. So it's not about being constrictive, hiding. Just be discerning on who you share with. Okay, next card. Son of Cups. So that's the Knight of Cups. And that's Swan. So something that you're going to absolutely love is coming towards you. It's going to bring happiness. And the last card is the Strength card. Oh, look at that. Oh, and look at this lion. Okay, so something that you absolutely love is coming towards you. And then look at this lion with a rose in his mouth. Leo energy. And I was going to mention, the Queen of Wands, she's the hottest card in the deck. You want to talk sexy? There she is. He's looking pretty, fine too. That's the energy coming out here. All right, maybe a message of love is coming through. Maybe you will meet somebody. This doesn't have to be in love. It could be career. But something is coming towards you that will bring happiness. And you're going to want to reciprocate, or you will finally have somebody share with you. Okay, where do we go next? Okay. Rider-Waite Tarot. All right, let's clarify. Mother of Wands, Son of Cups, and Strength, please. Let's clarify these. Ash is getting everywhere. There we go. All right, let's clarify these cards, please. Let's get a little bit more detail on this. Yeah, I'm really sensing that Queen of Wands is you. It's time to step into your power. Maybe you're going to have a glow up. Yeah, you're going to be birthing new creations. They're incubating right now. Okay, so maybe focus on that. Stop looking at that bear, at your fears. Let them go. Maybe stop focusing on any family sorrow. Feeling trapped, it's time to fly free. Triumph over your troubles and obstacles. All right. Okay, to the collectives, ancestors, benevolent guides. All right, that one wants to come out. Let's clarify these. Okay, clarify. Thank you. And clarify strength, please. There we go. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Empress. Look at that. Fertility. You embody all four queens. Sitting on your throne, with your beautiful crown and your scepter. Look at this heart. Empress energy, right? Queen energy. This is just being in your feminine energy. Being able to be open and receptive to receiving help. So you don't have to be a female or a male, because we each have masculine and feminine energy within us. But it's about being in more of a receptive state. See, she's sitting down. She's not actively up, moving and doing things. She's also sitting in her power. Okay. All right, so clarifying, Queen of Wands. We've got the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Not just personal fulfillment, happiness. It's family. Look at them with their arms around each other, hands outstretched, like, you know, we did it. These children are dancing and playing. So, you know, if you have children, happy family. If not, your inner child. Okay, but I'm really sensing a union here. Okay, Two of Pentacles. It's clarifying the Knight of Cups, Son of Cups. Okay, this is looking a little bit like a balancing act. You know, things have been up and down, topsy-turvy. Okay, I'm seeing these two ships. Maybe you guys are going to come together. I'm hearing a wrecking ball colliding, but in a good way. In a good way. And if the wrecking ball is needed, then let's wreck whatever is like gripping you. Let that break it free. I'm also sensing like you're paying attention to specifically just this one pentacle, right? Maybe you don't see what's coming. Maybe these emotions, right, have been quite turbulent. But it's happening there in the background. Okay, clarifying. Strength, the Hangman. Okay. You know, my sense is that it might be just a time to be doing inner work. Like the Hangman represents, you know, being suspended. He doesn't look super distressed. You know, this bright light around him is seeing things from a new perspective. Okay, start to see things from a new perspective. Shift your mindset. If it's been really focused on this bear again, it's time to shift. Now we're going to keep the Empress here too. Okay, start thinking, writing down what would make you so happy. If you could do anything and make money off, like don't even worry about making money. Think of like, man, I would love to spend my days doing this. And then let the ancestors guide you and help you work out how that can actually turn into something that you can make money on. Yeah. Okay, I'm hearing we're going to get a goddess guidance oracle card. I'm going to read this one, and this will be our closing message. Just a little bit more smudge going here. All right. You know, all right, for about 3 days now, I actually thought the title of this reading was going to be It's Too Late to Apologize. Because that song by Cars has been playing over and over in my head for probably 3 days now. But then that energy kind of went away when I started the reading, but then it just came back. It's too late to apologize. So maybe something is just really coming to an ending, a closing. It's just too late to apologize. And you know what? Maybe just accept that and move forward. That, you know, maybe you won't get an apology from anybody from your past, or maybe they will, but it doesn't matter. Just know your heart. Just know where you want to go. Okay. There we go. All right, goddesses. Who has a loving message for the collective today? Okay. We got 2 here. All right, I guess we'll work with 2. Let's see which one's first. Okay, I'll see if I'm pronouncing that right. Siege, we'll see. I'll look in the book. But it says quiet time. Take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Okay, so, you know, somebody might be leaving your home. All right, kind of giggling because, I know what that's like. And it can be a real blessing. So, I hope that's the case for you. But it's saying you may need to take some quiet time alone to get rest, meditate, and contemplate. And I'm going to read that one for you. Not sure if we're going to read Vesta. Might have gotten enough out of just what it says, but let's see. It's not up to me. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing her name. Sig or Siege? Sig. I'm going to Sig or Siege. Can be either. Okay, so I'm going to say Sig. The Gnostic goddess Sig is considered to be the great silence or void from which all creation sprang. Sig reminds us that words create duality, and that in silence we find our true origin and self. Quiet is omnipresent power that gives birth to wisdom. Just as the Gnostics hold that Sig is the mother of Sophia, the goddess of wisdom, Sig teaches that our roots are in the silent void of the universe, and that it's important for us to reconnect with silence regularly. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So her message is, shh, dearest one, quiet your mind, breathe, and let go of worries, words, and plans. Go into that space of silence deep within you, that vortex of peace where the world doesn't enter. Now is a time to retreat in silence and spend time alone. I'll lovingly help you rejuvenate and recenter yourself. Don't try to make any decisions now. Just allow your mind to be at rest. You'll know soon enough when it's time to take action. But for now, quiet your mind and rest. So different meanings for this card are go on a retreat, listen more and talk less, avoid loud noise and sounds, meditate, surrender mind chatter to the heaven. Know that you're more sensitive to noise now. Okay, and I will end on reading Vesta. Okay, I'm just going to let you know who she is. Vesta is the Roman goddess of home and hearth. Vesta is a fire goddess who brings warmth to households, both as temperature and as an emotion. In ancient Rome, a temple in her honor bore a flame that burned continuously. Call upon Vesta to oversee any changes you'd like to make in your living situation. So her message is, there's an undying flame within your soul, and it's the light, seed, and spark of your consciousness. Your outer world reflects your inner world. Take a look around your home. Does it reflect warmth? If not, this is easily remedied and oh so important to do. It's a simple task of using your creative imagination to add warm energy to your household, such as lighting the fireplace or some candles, adding cozy blankets and pillows, or displaying greeting cards and fresh flowers. By warming up your outer world, your inner flame responds to meet it. This increases your energy level, which automatically shifts all outward appearances towards the better. Watch how these simple steps recharge the flame within everyone in your household. This flame cleanses away negativity and brings in the new with vigor and irresistible invitation. So various meanings of this card may be, you're moving to a new home, you've just moved, a new person is moving in, someone is moving out, there is an increased romance and or harmony in the home, a problem with neighbors is resolving, clear the space in your home, remodel, know that your home is safe and protected. Okay, my friends, I think that is all. Yep, I'm hearing the message is closed. So I'd like to just invite you to take another deep breath in and out. I'd like to thank all of you who've stayed to the end of this reading for the contribution of your energy. I'd like to say a special thanks to all of your benevolent guides and ancestors who came in, who came through to deliver this reading. All right, and from my heart to yours, Amigwet, Chakoyu. Hi, hi.